Have you ever fired up a new game only to feel kind of empty? Like the magic just isn't there anymore? Well, you're not alone, and no, you're not just getting old, and the nostalgia factor isn't over. So, why are game studios doing this exactly? Today, I'm just going to break down a few major shifts in the gaming industry and how they affect the way that we experience these games, and why it's not all doom and gloom. The first one being monetization over fun. Obviously, we know that these battle passes, skins, $70 base price on new games, and then more paid DLC on top of it. It's very hard to get invested when the barrier to entry is so expensive, and it's like more games are built around monetization loops than gameplay loops. Studios need to stay more profitable, but it's kind of starting to feel like we're paying to play and then paying even more on top of it. And not to mention the recycled ideas like franchise sequels, annual releases. It's like these sports games like Madden or even like a game like Call of Duty. It just kind of feels like the same game is coming out every year. And I completely understand that like they have a base layout for what they want the game to be, right? But what I don't understand is how there's not more of like a creativity factor, because I know for sure that we've seen it in the past. We've seen them come up with the most amazing work and the most incredible games, incredible game modes, fun, new, exciting ideas, but it just feels like we're kind of replaying the same game over and over again. And instead of taking these creative risks, many kind of stick with what has been working, and that's kind of dying out. This leads to like safe but very stale releases. But on the bright side of this, indie games are really starting to fill that like creative gap that we're seeing, kind of like Peak. That's a huge one right now. That one's super exciting. I got some gameplay running in the back as well. And next up is like the endless updates that they have, right? They got new menus, patches, season 8 to season 9 screens that are like a 10 gigabyte update. It's kind of ridiculous. And these live service games are just never really done. Like they kind of continuously push new updates out, but it doesn't feel like anything changes, except maybe they like make, for example, like Call of Duty makes one gun a lot, like they nerf it, right? Or they buff something, and then that becomes a new meta, and then everybody continues to use it. And of course, like a new update is super exciting, but it's also exhausting when you're constantly updating your game for no change. You're either keeping up with like the new meta or you're just falling behind, and it's really hard for like the average gamer to get involved, right? And then kind of, we have gaming burnout as well, so it's like you just have a queue of unfinished games because they don't like hold the magic, right? And that discourages you from also like buying the next big game because you don't want to waste that money. There's so much content coming out. There's so little time. It's so easy to lose the spark of enjoying a game when it feels like another one is just going to come out right around the corner. And it's kind of discouraging when we get these updates that are like, they're like, oh, we just released this video game. However, we've started production on the next one. Instead of focusing on the one that we're currently playing and like getting involved with the community, it would just be so nice to kind of get that feel back. And a game that I really enjoyed that has been doing a great job of this is college football. I think that they have been doing an incredible job from season to season. I know last year was the first one, and that, of course, the first one in a long time is going to bring in a lot of traction. That was a huge, huge game back in the day. A lot of people love it now. College football is bigger than ever. But I love how they took all of the fan advice and all of the fan critiques, and they really implemented it into this next game. Like they added new game modes. For example, you start from high school going into college instead of starting in college, and then you get drafted for Road to Glory and Dynasty. They fixed the like recruiting systems, and maybe I'll post some of that on here. I think that might be pretty fun, but it's just, I don't know. But here's the thing. I don't think that there's the nostalgia factor like everybody says there is, right? I think everyone's like, oh, I just enjoyed that game because I was young, and now I don't enjoy it because I'm old. I disagree, because I still have so much fun playing new games, and I don't think everything is bleak. I think indie studios, these modders, and like big time developers are listening, and I think there's still innovation. You just got to look a little harder. Um, like a few of the games that I've been playing recently, Peak, um, College Football 26 is coming out soon. It's just, it's been such a blast. Repo was a huge one. I think that there's such a bright future because people are getting more creative than ever. And I think that like Call of Duty can do the same thing. I really think that the sky is the limit for them. It's just gonna take it's gonna take, backing off of using the same template over and over, because it does feel kind of like we're playing the same game every year or every 8 months or however fast they're releasing these games. But I mean, yeah, I just think that not everything is all dark and gloomy for the gaming scene. I think we're actually on the rise because people are getting more creative than ever, and the sky is the limit. I'm super excited. What do you guys think has changed the most about gaming? Please drop a comment below. I want to hear if you felt the same shift as well. Um, so yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe, give me any next video recommendations. I'd love to hear what you guys would like to hear about. So yeah, have a good one.